The previous Corecon training video covered some basic ways of adding a new schedule manually, including adding parent items and child tasks to a new schedule. This training video is going to show 3 additional ways of adding new schedules to Corecon's scheduling module. The scheduling module can be found in the Projects module with a project selected and under the Project Management and Field Staff and Scheduling. The 3 methods we're going to explore are copying a schedule from an existing schedule, importing a schedule from a Microsoft Excel import template, and third, importing a new Corecon schedule from a Microsoft Project XML file. To get started, we already have 2 schedules created under this project. We're going to create a new one by going to Actions and Copy Schedule. We can select the project to copy from. It does not have to be the same. And the schedule from that project. And click Next. Again, we can optionally select a prime contract. Corecon is defaulting the sequential schedule number, and we're going to add a description. We'll select a custom calendar, Monday through Friday, which is a 5-day work week, and I've already included current year's holidays, so Corecon does not use those days to calculate the durations. Then I'll click Finish. We see all the items came in. You can also notice that the date is a little older, so the first thing we would do is update the start date on the very first child task. And click Yes. And then click Save. Then you'd want to go in and start updating the predecessors, adding and removing new child tasks, and then assign resources. Always remember to click Save. Let's go back to scheduling and talk about another way of adding a new schedule. This is importing from a Microsoft Excel import template. And if you're just starting out for the first time using scheduling, I believe this is the easiest way to get started. The reason is most know how to use a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet already, but also because it's a way of visualizing and organizing your schedule items. So we'll go to the knowledge base, to Getting Started, and Corecon Import Options from Excel. Then we'll scroll down to Scheduling Tasks. The help article has some reminders, the step-by-step instructions how to import this once it's ready. There's one sample, and you also have the database fields which act as the column headings in your template and how those need to be formatted. I've already opened this and started editing it. You can see the database fields are listed as the column headings. They do need to remain on line 1. Also notice that this is in an older file format. It's Microsoft Excel 97 to 2003. Also notice that Corecon is only going to import the first sheet in this workbook, and that sheet has to be called Sheet 1. You can have as many tabs or as many worksheets out here as you want, but Corecon is only looking at the first one and only if it's called Sheet 1. I like this method the best because it helps me to visualize and organize. Remember, a parent item, in this case foundation, enclosure, rough MEP, and so on, never have a predecessor, never have a parent task. The first child task under the first parent on your spreadsheet also does not have a predecessor. Here again, parent item or parent task does not have a predecessor or a parent task, all the way down the list. You'll notice that the format Corecon provides you for import as a sample has the color coding for the parent items. So foundation is the parent item. Everything below that to this point is the child task. Another parent, child task. Parents just become similar to milestones and are ways of grouping and organizing your child tasks. You can also use the common nomenclature for project scheduling software. This is where a predecessor always references a different task, usually a task above it on the list. The predecessor is the task number of the item it follows. So Corecon will automatically assume that all of these start the day after the predecessor is finished. In this case, we have a predecessor of 8, which is foundation, and a 4-day lag, meaning that it'll start 4 working days after line 8 or task number 8 is finished. SS stands for start to start. So this one will start the same day that task number 9 starts. This item will finish the same day as task number 9 is finished, and so on. If you'd like to see these nomenclature and their definitions, if you go in the knowledge base to leads and projects down to scheduling, and under schedules and tasks, the first help article, schedules and task overview, talks about task indenting, duration, status, and the predecessor and successor relationships. Again, FS, the most common, is finish to start, which is also the assumed relationship when you import into Corecon. There's start to start, SS, finish to finish, start to finish. You also have lags and leads. You can also combine items. So an item can follow only when several items have already finished. Back to our spreadsheet. Once you've got this organized, you can even add items, renumber, and so on. Then just click File, Save. Remember that it's Microsoft Excel 97 to 2003 file format. And then close. Back to our project. We're going to go down to Actions and click Add Schedule. Select your standard or your custom calendar. Add comments. Click on the Import from Excel option. Click Choose File. Click Save and View. The first step after you get this in is go in and change the start date and accept the changes to the dependent task dates. Then go through, start adding or deleting items you'll not need. Make sure that the durations haven't changed. And start editing the predecessors. You'll see the items that we talked about from the Excel template, like the lag of 4 days, the start to start, the finish to finish, and then click Save. The next step would be assign resources, which can be companies, contacts, and equipment, and members of your own team. Let's go back to scheduling again. The third way is to import a new schedule from a Microsoft Project XML file format. That's a file format that you can export from Microsoft Project to import into other programs. It ends in XML. So let's try that next. So we'll go up here to the top, go to Actions, and we're going to add a schedule. Optionally select a contract. Select your calendar. Import from Microsoft Project XML file format. Click Choose File and click Open. Then click Save and View. And the information from that XML file has been imported. Then you need to start going in and updating the start date on the first child task, confirm the predecessors, add resources, confirm the duration, or days. And then click Save. If you'd like to know more information about the subjects in this training video, we encourage you to go to the knowledge base, to leads and projects, down to scheduling, and review the articles on copy a schedule, importing a schedule from Excel, importing a schedule from XML.